So, the kettlebell clean. One of the more finicky exercises in the kettlebell repertoire, and although we do have a longer instructional video on our online coaching library, there are a couple of tweaks that we've come up with in the last little while that we thought we could add in that would help with minimizing the banging and helping you not curl the kettlebell up into position. So yeah, let's talk about that. So if you've been working on the kettlebell clean and you've been finding that you just can't stop it from banging into your forearm unless you slow the movement down and basically curl it in, here's a couple of drills that might help you get away from it. Or if not drills, then ways to think about it that might help you get away from that. The first is keeping the arm close on the way up. Now we've described it in the past as zipping up the jacket, but that only works if you keep the arm against the body on the way up. What's happening when you bang that forearm is the bell is drifting away from the body. All right? So what you're doing, if you find that it's banging in, it's most often because you're creating an arc away as you bring it up. So it looks something like this. Okay, see how that came away, and that means the bell has to swing all the way back. I've got a loose grip on it, all right? I'm keeping my arm against my body, but as it comes up, it's swinging out like this. So what you can do, what you can think about if you're trying to improve this is concentrate on that initial pull, bringing the elbow back at the same time, not up. Make sure you're not shrugging up with your shoulder. Bring it back, bring the elbow back, and see, that's gonna keep the bell nice and close. And then the second part of it is you drive the arm forward and underneath. So in slow motion, what that looks like is, as you bring it up, the elbow comes back, and then as I'm finishing the extension, my hand swivels in and it gets in close. As opposed to, on the slow motion, as it drifts away, if I don't get that elbow back, the bell goes away from the body, so by the time I've locked out, it's flipped over. So, at speed, what that would look like, remember, I'm gonna pull the elbow back, and then as I finish the move, punch underneath. Instead of this, all right, it's gonna look like this. See how close that stayed to the body? Pulling the elbow back first, and then driving the arm forward and into the rack position. The other thing that can be getting in the way of a smooth kettlebell clean is if you are trying to curl it in. So maybe it's been banging, so in order to prevent it from banging, you're slowing it down and basically curling it into position. So then it looks something like this. You might start fast, but then you just sort of curl it up because you don't want it to bang on the forearm. Natural to have that happen, but it's not ideal when you start moving up in weight because then you're basically going to be doing that curl with a weight that is maybe too heavy for you to do that with. So if you want to start moving up in weight, you got to learn how to use the legs and or the hips to generate that power. That means speed off the ground. Now, if you are relying on, if you're fast initially and then you slow it down and you curl it in to try and take the momentum of the bell away, start doing it from a hanging position. So rather than going all the way from the ground, hang it. So you got a soft lock. So you got to generate a lot of speed in a short amount of, in a short space. All right, and then do the elbow driving back and driving forward. So it looks like this. All right, from the side, hanging position. I'm not all the way down, so I'm not in a full squat, and up. Okay? Now, once you've got those two things down, and actually to put it down, the way you would do it is just reverse it. Pull the elbow back, maybe a slight pop of the wrist to get the bell turning away, and it comes down. but I'm not punching it out away from my body. The elbow comes back as I drop it down, stays close to the body. So up and down, okay? Once you've got that down, once you've got that elbow drive down, it can go from the swing position, like the hip driven, the hardstyle way, where it comes from a swing. So if you have been doing the, like I said, the hardstyle thing, swing, so the hip driven clean, and it's coming away from the body, right? If you combine the single arm swing, but as you come through, pull that elbow back, it's gonna keep it closer to the body, and you're not gonna get that banging. See that? Back, down. Versus, okay? Elbow comes back, comes right into position. All right, so hopefully those can at least start you down the path to smoothing out your kettlebell clean. If you found this useful, please feel free to share. And as always, train smart, train hard, keep fit, have fun.